Hello and welcome to the APTA's Grand Prix Series, the Dwayne Hayden Long Island Invitational, sponsored by the APTA national sponsors Viking, Fusion, Upswing Health, and MI Paddle, and local sponsors D'Addario, Signature Premier Properties, Cherry Lane Printing and Mailing, and Shoreline Beverages. We are live from the Huntington Country Club on the APTA network, presented by ProFlight Live. And we're bringing you the round of 16 match between the teams of Max Lepever and Anton Prantsenko, Volquer, and George Wilkinson. Now, they just put up the demo there, little screenshot of all the tournaments that are coming up. Should mention here that we're going to be going next to Midwesterns in January in the new year in 2021. And I actually want to mention just briefly, alongside me will be Patty Hogan. She'll be joining me soon as she gets a little technical difficulty worked out. But I did want to mention the terrific job the APTA has done adding new tournaments, dealing with the COVID pandemic, and creating a lot of regional tournaments here. So we have a tournament here with 16 great teams, a full draw out here. And once the players get out on the court, we'll take a quick look out there. You know, this match of Lepever and Prantsenko against Volclair and Wilkinson feature four players who've been on the tour a while. You know, George Wilkinson, just going back a few years, was one of the top 5 players in the country. Terrific player. He got hurt, and he was never quite the same since then. His partner, Louis Volclair, is tremendous offense, not specifically disciplined, but if his offense is on, it's ridiculous some of the things he can do. He's got tremendous offense on both sides, but they're playing a seasoned team in Lepever and Prantsenko, who have been playing for the last few years together. They've had some great results. Last tournament, they beat Powers and Hughes, which is a terrific win in a tough 3-set battle. Before that, last year, they had, took a set off Durant and Mitchell before coming in a 3-set battle. So it's a tough match. I think in normal circumstances, I'd call this a pick'em, but Lepever and Prantsenko have been on the court a lot together. I know Wilkinson and Volclair practice a lot before this match, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go with the team that's been playing more these days. So it looks like we got all of our players out on the court there. Umpire getting ready to stand off to the side. And it's Tom Peer, scorekeeper. He's kind of a Long Island legend, sits on the board of the LIPTA, which is the Long Island Platform Tennis Association. All right, players are going to do a quick 10-minute warm-up. See if we can get Patty back out on here, and if not, we'll probably get another guest commentator in for this match. Now you see all the players out there bundled up today. It's actually going to be one of the first cold days of the year. So let's do a quick intro of the players on the court, and we're going to talk about how that cold weather is going to affect the play, because it is different when it gets cold out. So on the far side, on the top of our screen, to the top left, we have Max Lepever. He's hitting a forehand there. All the players are bundled up in black clothes. Good fun. And with the red cap at the top of the screen on the right side is Anton Prantsenko. And on the far side here, if we go clockwise around the court, on the bottom right of your screen is George Wilkinson in the all black with the headband on. He's hitting an overhead there. And his partner, Louis Volclair. And as I was talking before, this match, normal circumstances, I'd call it a pick'em. Vauclair's offense is incredible. He moves very quickly, can attack both wings, blitz very effectively. He's very fast. He needs to be more disciplined from time to time. So a lot of this will ride on how his offense works and how it goes, and whether he can stay patient in the crucial moments. You know, Protsenko and Lepevera are likely to be able to stay patient. And Wilkinson, I just haven't seen him play in a while. So I'm excited to see George Wilkinson back out there. Again, as I was saying before, one of the top players in the country for years. Let's see if our producers can actually bring up the draw real quickly. I don't know if they have that. They may not actually. I just heard word we don't have the draw up. So, but the winners here will go on to face possibly, you know, a matchup of with Powers Hughes. They're on the top side of the draw, and that would be interesting if Protsenko and Lepever can get there. That would be a rematch from a couple weeks ago. So let's talk about the cold weather for a second. It's in the 20s right now. Ball's a rubber core ball. Going to be affected by the weather. The ball's not going to be flying off the screen. So you're going to have the ability to keep the ball lower. It should help with the ability to serve and volley. The serves won't come up as much. It'll definitely help with the ability to lessen your opponent's offense, the ability to drive the ball down at your feet. So we're looking forward to kind of like a real fun cold weather paddle match. Tactically very different. There'll be still plenty of transitions, but less so. You can't just let every ball go through because it won't come off the screen quite as much. All right, so another minute or so of serves, and our players will get underway. You can also notice it's a beautiful day at the Huntington Country Club. Sun's coming in hard from the side. We're going to see if that comes into play. But if you always follow the shadow lines on the court, you see the direct line of where the sun's going to come in. So it's going to affect the righties on this side with some overheads a little bit. The sun will keep moving to the side. Should be out of play very shortly. All right, there goes Anton Protsenko again, our players. He's in the red hat. That's the most distinguishing characteristic. Now he's down to a white, so he's the lone non-monochromatic black or blue out there. So easy to spot him.
How are you? All right, so have we introduced the players? I'm just jumping in. We're trying to get Patty up and running.
All right, well, welcome, Jerry. We have introduced the players, and they're just finishing up their warm-ups here. Talked a bit about the match, and I know you in the past, you've worked a bit with George Wilkinson, actually, and he's just getting back to playing. You know, I was saying before, Jerry, how he was, at one time, one of the top players in the country, one of the top, 5 teams in the country, and had some great runs a few years ago, and he had gotten hurt, and hasn't been quite the same and hasn't been able to play that much recently, so we're looking forward to seeing him play again. And see where it's at. Under normal times, I would have called this match as a little bit of a pick'em, but Lepever and Protsenko have been playing a lot together, and this will be a first back. So I think this is a great, interesting text. It's a terrific match to live stream.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward. I have not seen George play recently since he's come back. I'm told that he is still hitting his huge forehand. And I'm looking forward to seeing the combination. Louis apparently very talented, a lot of skills. And you can see this. We've had a huge amount of snow here. So I think right now it's around the low 20s, maybe, if it's even there. It's not going to be a warm day today. That ball's going to be nice and firm. Good view of the Huntington Country Club's new hut. And we'll bring you more scores during the day too. We're going to be on all day. So we're going to show this is the round of 16 and we'll go straight into, we're scheduled for the quarterfinals at 10 and then semis at 2 and the finals at 4:30. We also have a camera on the second court, so we'll be able to switch over and go back between matches. So, I mean, the draw is solid. Did we take a look at the draw, Brad? Is that going up?
No, we haven't taken a look at the draw yet.
All right, so you can hear the scorekeeper out there. So listen, let's talk about it. Even though that we can't put it up, let's talk about the teams that are here. This is a loaded draw.
Yeah, it's a terrific draw. We got Berkshire Powers Hughes in the draw. We got Bostrom and Broderick in a team up there. Now they both work in Jersey, get a chance to practice together. So they're a team that's floating around in there. I mean, just tremendous, tremendous teams up and down the line. So, all right, here we go, starting underway. And that was Louisville Claire to start serving. These relatively matching outfits from Wilkinson and Beauclair. Very hard to tell them apart. They're the same body type. Just got George's headband and his strokes to find him. Oh, great 15. Early sign from Lipiver. Great forehand through the middle. Oh, quick Lipiver.
George, that's George Wilkinson making those calls there. Very early, very clear.
15 all.
So Brad, pretty obvious what the game plan is here in this first game.
Yeah, they're just good, nice standard paddle right now. They're keeping the ball deep down the middle, just plugging away, and then when they get possible attacking shot, trying to put a little pressure in. A lot of balls over there to Lipiver.
Oh,
that's a great close
what a
in.
beautiful volley.
First 4 games, always a lot of feel out from the players.
All 4 players showing tremendous patience here early in this first game.
Yeah, great, good solid paddle.
That was a long point.
Oh, he missed it wide. Lipiver got away with one.
30 all.
Wilkinson read that, had the put away volley, just missed it.
That's Max Lipiver in the deuce side in the blue. He is just a smooth, non-rush there.
That's a beautiful point. Very smooth, very solid, like you said. feeling it out. That's a big attacking forehand from Lipavera there. Good job
30,
from
40.
Francenko, lobbing them back. He kind of probing drives first till they get the short ball, and then he really rips it. Nice play, catches him in the head.
Beauclair, a game Lipavera, Prosecco. They lead
Nice
1
job.
love.
A lot of blitzing there from Lipavera and Protsenko, and very effective. Good job by them.
I don't think I've seen a first game with such long points in a long time, Brad.
Yeah, oftentimes you got a lot of just guys feeling out their return, and that was good. I think that was, bodes well for the match. Both teams know how they're going to go about it. Lipavera and Protsenko have been playing together now for a few years, and they're a tough team. And it was a good early start. Lipavera's forehand was great in that game, and if it's on, it makes a big difference. There you see the Wilkinson, just a practice return, but he can crush that forehand.
Right, that's the weapon for that team. Huge returner serve.
He tried to pull him wide. He just got on top of it. Great attack angle into it.
Love 30.
Lipavera's looking into the sun on this first service game. You can see.
Yeah, that's a classic toss and catch from Lipavera. It happens minimal 5-6 times a match. There's 3 in a row.
And of course, Lipavera and Wilkinson, they did play together
30.
for a season, so they're very familiar with each other's game.
Just long, floated it.
15-40.
There you go. He's struggling with that sun, or he always struggles with his toss to some degree, but great smooth returns. Oh! Good third panel smash. Keep that ball lower with his overheads. He's hitting them very high and down.
Game Beauclair, Wilkinson.
Great
Games are
back
1-all.
I hate to bug you, but if you could.
In here?
Yeah, there. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Great
Love
dipping return.
15.
Now, Jerry, 3 of these players are going to use the traditional overhand serve. You'll see when Anton Protsenko gets ready to serve, he'll be doing a underhand roller.
Oh,
Missed it wide.
Wide. 15 all. I'm sorry.
It's love 30.
you can hear by the volume in Wilkinson's voice that he is ready for this match. He's very
amped up.
fired up.
Oh, that's beautifully done from Protsenko. But I gotta say, they're firing the ball down and up to his backhand and let him hit it down. So you gotta keep that ball deeper in the court, get it to the back screen.
30 all, guys? 540. I can't see the point side.
The umpire, make sure he's got the score and the calls right.
You see that overhead of Leprever where he really lets that ball drop low.
Roller there. Nice job fixing his overheads, keeping him off balance if he doesn't have a good shot. Lets it drop, pushes it deep. Lutsenko's got it. Careful there. He was off balance on the one before.
40.
Oh, that's a great move. Great move from Volclair. He
First
snuck
deuce.
over, and Protsenko had no idea he made that move. Bounced right into the forehand. Great shot from Volclair.
Out.
Good lead there from Protsenko. I thought he was going to stick his battle out. He pulled it back at the last second. Break point.
Second deuce. Sudden death.
Now, we should talk about this format here because it's happening right now. In the second deuce, they just changed this. Second deuce is sudden death point, and the receiving team gets to choose who is returning. So this point will end the game.
And they're using that format through the first two rounds today. They'll go back to regular scoring for the semifinals and the finals.
Leprever, Protsenko, they lead 2 games to 1.
And that's pretty much what they've been doing with the 16 draw, playing all 4 matches in one day. Is going to that, one of the changes that they've made is going to that type of scoring.
And the primary reason for that is 4 matches in one day is just not that easy. You know, trying to take players' health into consideration. I don't think back in
Okay, I
JR,
can't see
we
some
played
of the
16 matches
ones,
in a day,
so
isn't that right?
I'm counting on them to give me the score every once in a while.
Sorry, Brad, what'd you say?
I said, didn't back in our day, didn't we play 16 matches in a day?
Oh, for God's sake, we did. I think we just missed the 5 set, right?
Yeah,
Remember when they used to play 5 sets?
There you go, Protsenko taking just 1 practice underhand. He's the only one of the 4 going to use the underhand serve.
Yeah. I just want to say we're trying. They're working on the adjustment on the microphone. We've got a court microphone out there, and they're clearing the court next to it, chopping the ice. So we apologize for the interference. We'll try to get that court microphone adjusted a little bit, and also the scorer.
15.
They've got that one.
I'm sorry, 15. Love.
Oh, that is just a slippery shot from Volclair.
15 all.
Good rhythm of deep lobs, and then he slides in that quick backhand cross-court. Nice hands from
30,
Protsenko.
15.
Good match early on, Jerry. A lot of
Yeah,
good
I mean,
points.
seriously, it feels like a semi-final, you know, that they're in the rhythm of the day, having played a lot of points. I'm really impressed by how few unforced errors quickly in these first 4 games, right? They've settled in. It looks like they've played a couple of matches before they got here.
I know both teams practiced quite a bit before they got here. There are a lot of emails floating around, seeing who's available for games, and so on and so forth. No, just great volley from Lindeberg. Terrific. Neither team forced too many things yet. They're doing a good job of, if the overheads are too tough, just lobbing them back. And when they're getting the opportunity to step forward and take a drive while the player's off the net, there you see, you're going to see that again from Lipover and Protsenko. They play a lot together, where Lipover looks for a specific shot. He closes in, trying to get a drop volley or an attacking volley. And if he can't get it, his partner knows and just covers the lob for him.
Boy, just all 4 players showing tremendous patience and a willingness to build the point and wait for that right shot.
Good read from Protsenko, seeing the drive, closes in. Oh, missed it wide. Just tried to hit it.
40-15. 40-15.
Did you get that? It's 40-15.
I got it in Nyack. How about you?
Nice play. Oh, that's great gets. And a nice try from Wilkinson.
Game.
They can't come up with. That's game.
Lipover, Protsenko. They lead 3-1.
One of the things I loved from Protsenko in that game, Jerry, was twice they attacked with the blitz. Wilkinson dipped it down of Vauclair's coming in, and both times Protsenko recognized they hit a lob volley and got ready to retreat, so he didn't allow him to just put the ball away. It was a very smart play.
Yeah. Surprised there by the net positioning with Wilkinson and Vauclair. Protsenko just hit that first drive right between them, right over the high part of the net. He's got to get closer to Wilkinson. They've got to shut that spot down or he'll find that all day.
Agreed. You don't want the ball to be driven through the middle of you very often. Right?
Yeah, he's going for it. Look, he's
30.
He knows it's there.
Well, they did a good job of shutting that one down. You take 2-3 drives, it's time to lob after that.
30-15.
Nice pressure by Lipover.
Terrific reflex volley from Wilkinson.
You see no problem with Lipover on the ad side. He is used to playing ad or deuce.
Yeah, he's an incredibly versatile player. He can do pretty much all sides. Great block lob. His forehand is excellent, but there are times where he loses it a little.
Now boy. Impressive with Protsenko. When he's taking those swings, he's really going between the players.
The concern for me, Jerry, is it's 20 degrees out there, and they're not able to keep that ball deep enough and low enough to drive. They gotta get that ball in there.
Here I go.
great grind. That was a great
30
point.
all. I'm sorry. Sorry. 45.
Nice call. You heard the watch it from Louis Vauclair. High lob goes up. The player in the front who's not hitting the overhead needs to watch the other team, see if they're blitzing in. Great call.
Oh, good communicating there. That was a fabulous hold by
Vauclair,
Leprever.
Wilkinson.
He made it look like he was going to drive it off the screen and then held
Leprever,
it. And then
Protsenko lead
up
3
over the
games
left
to
shoulder.
2.
But great job by Vauclair and Wilkinson to make
Nope,
the
here's our
balance and
replay.
get back in. Oh, love it.
We've got a replay coming here.
That's a terrific volley from Wilkinson.
Yeah, it was so good because he stayed square, right? He stayed square to the net, kept his paddle in a backhand position, didn't flinch.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Jerry. A lot of players, and this is a great, sort of lesson for any club players out there watching too. Yes, the top players have great hands, but they also keep their paddle in the right position and squared up, and their body in the right position because he gave himself the best chance to make that volley too, and that's the key.
I really love that
15
Leprever
love.
takes his time. He does not hit if he doesn't like the ball toss.
Yeah, it's a little I'll be honest though, on the other side of it, it's a little disconcerting for the returner.
30
Yeah.
You're sitting
love.
there and you're getting
Yeah.
ready to return, and you don't know how many times he's going to do it. And sometimes he does it 3 times, sometimes he does it 1 time. Now, no one accuses Leprever of any type of gamesmanship with it because he's been doing it for 1,000 years. He just struggles with his toss. But you're sitting there getting amped up to return, then it doesn't come. Then it doesn't come. Then it comes. And it's, it is a little disconcerting on the
Yeah.
other side.
40 love.
Kind of quit on that swing.
Yes, it was also one of the first loose balls I would consider that we've seen. So
I mean,
Crucial.
seriously, Brad, we're game 6, and we've seen very few unforced errors like that. Now you can see the players at the far end are looking into the sun there when the ball's on the ad side.
you can see the difference in the brightness of the angles, right? Too deep in
Game,
the court for that from Vauclair.
Leprever, Protsenko, they lead 4 games to 2.
All right, it's a big hold here for now Vauclair and Wilkinson.
George Wilkinson serving.
Love.
Again, just the clarity of the calling from Wilkinson there. He's going to make sure that he and his partner know who's taking what ball.
15 all.
That's a great block lob from Lipavera. Beautifully orchestrated the way he played that point. Wow, that was some great action.
I didn't see that one.
And again, there's that huge drive through the
What do we got,
middle.
guys?
Caught Wilkinson having to hit a forehand volley. Popped it long.
Oh, the speed of Lipavera. Just
Game.
punching that ball low.
Leprever, Protsenko. They lead 5 games to 2.
Dialing it up another notch. I mean, the biggest difference that I've seen so far, you know, both players he's playing in kind of a similar style. We got two things. Lipavera and Protsenko specifically finding those spots to drive it through the middle. And Beauclair and Wilkinson just got to do a better job with their overheads.
Yeah.
Way too easy for Lipavera and Protsenko to find their backcourt offense. And they're just executing better.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's really the net positioning of Beauclair and Wilkinson. There's holes in the middle, in the high percentage areas, and Protsenko is finding them. So getting the reaching error, just really they need to tighten that up. But Leprever and Protsenko really playing high caliber paddle.
Good stuff. Tremendous volley.
And you see the different combination of overheads here with Leprever really hitting that slash. Protsenko hitting the roller. Nice move.
Terrific
Love
move there.
15.
Beauclair, but Protsenko, you don't want to try that soft angle volley. That just hangs up there. Either lob volley it. Yeah, that's so smart. Wilkinson cannot get there in
15
time.
all.
Great shot from Protsenko, though. Using that lob volley terrifically.
Oh,
Gonna probably go
Good hands.
long and
30,
just
15.
goes right at the body, Lipavera. Smart play, and Claire cannot get his paddle down. Great shot.
see Leprever, you know, he knew he hit that overhead short, and Wilkinson was going to attack, and
30.
he just gave up the net. So smart
40,
play.
15.
Very smart, Jerry. They're just doing a better overall job in that area. Oh,
40, 30.
this thing back to deuce. Oh,
Lynn missed it long.
First deuce.
great job. Blair is there. First deuce. And Remember playing that format, if it does get to the second deuce, it'll be a sudden death point. Oh, that's some grunt
And
from Wilkinson, Jerry. He wanted all points at one time with that shot. Oh my gosh. All right.
You gotta love the enthusiasm, right?
Oh, it was awesome. Oh, that's a terrific get.
I go. I go.
Just keeping those overheads away. They can't flirt with danger there.
I think that's been one of the bigger differences so far. Is that's a great shot, though. Finishing
Second
overhead.
deuce.
Bring us to second deuce, which is simultaneously break point and set point, Jerry. So they're going to have Wilkinson return this. The blitz, and they get the break.
Game, Beauclair, Wilkinson, LePavere, Prosecco lead 5 games to 3.
Now that should fire them up. They were down 3 set points in that game, and they come back, get the break, get it to 5-3. Great job.
Yeah, their overheads are just a little short, Brad.
They're a little short, and they're a little one-dimensional.
Yeah.
See the way Protsenko and LePavere, they go from rolling it to cutting it to pushing it, so they keep like a little more of the motion in the backcourt team and keep the other team off balance slightly. Oh, he held the drive. Well done. See, there we go.
But again, that was the function of where their overheads are landing. They're landing in like 2 feet
Love 15.
behind the service line.
Right.
And they need to be another 2 feet deeper than that, so that he doesn't have the opportunity to fake it. Kusenko, you know, looked like he was going to drive it. Beauclair closed the net, and then they caught him with the lob.
Oh, 15-30.
Good shot. They're shaking his head. That one back. Great chase. There he goes, the roller at the crease to a little cut. Oh, he reads it perfectly and just
30 all.
missed. Ball stays low enough. Good job. 30 all.
30-40.
Set point number
Set point.
4.
I go. You. You. I go. You. Come on. You. You.
Ooh, right on line. Great shot.
You. Help. You. Me. You. 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 You.
Good spin on the overhead, but
Yep.
again, those overheads are just landing too short in the court.
Kind of goes back to the other point that if you're gonna, if your overheads aren't perfect, you got to be perfect position because you're always going to have to be defending drive.
Yeah, that, and also they've caught them. Both of them have caught them because they have the option to drive it or lob it.
Sure.
So they've been given, more options. It's all a function of where these overheads that aren't going into the screen are landing on the court.
Oh, you see there's 2 in a row right at the service line. 3,
Yep.
one a couple of feet behind, but no big deal. There's a little deeper one.
Yeah, I always like to, draw that imaginary line right 2 feet inside the baseline.
Wow. From Wilkinson there. Oh, and what a quick drive
First
from
deuce.
Beauclair to save another set point. Great action. Lower than the net.
And out.
The drive at a huge moment. All right.
Set point number
5, I think. 5. Teams are just making some huge volleys in crucial moments. That's a good overhead. That's a good overhead.
Take a deuce.
There we
Right.
go.
good overhead because it went into that side screen and it gripped and kicked.
Cut it, and you don't see Lipavera making that bad of a miss that often.
Ah, what a move.
Oh, just speedy action there. That's incredible stuff. Hard overhead, beautifully played. Bad athleticism from Beauclair. Great cover from Wilkinson.
You see the difference in the overheads right here is the depth of where their overheads are landing in the court with Leprever and Pusenko.
No question. As a consequence, it just becomes a numbers game. You get Leprever and Pusenko are just getting so many more looks, so many more options to do more with the ball.
Yeah, so you see that point of contact on Leprever, how he really lets the ball drop lower.
Right.
That allows him to get more depth on his overheads, that the ones that aren't going into the screen. That's what we're talking about. And he just kind of pushes the back of the ball to get that depth.
kudos though to Wilkinson and Vauclair for just grinding and fighting.
Yes.
They're not taking too many bad shots. They're looking for the right ball, even though they're getting a lot less of them. They're not executing quite as well, but they're still in this and fighting to the last on this first set.
And they're showing good discipline. Like you said, they are waiting for that right ball. We're seeing very few unforced errors.
The ball, nice close from Protsenko. Oh.
Game. Le Pavere, Prosenko. They win the first set 6-3.
And Brad, just got a couple of score updates. We've got Humphreys and Lefevre are up 3-love in the first set against Grangiero and Lubau. And we've got... actually, it's the first set, 6-1. Another update.
Right.
It's that first set's done 6-1. And Boris Adora are up 4-2 over Court and O'Connor.
Okay. Court and O'Connor.
Need a ball? There, I got
Nice. Terrific. Well, now might be a good time to talk about one of our sponsors. One of our terrific
Need a
sponsors
ball
is
inside.
so really entertaining first set there, Jerry.
Yeah, look, really solid. Like we said, you know, from the get-go, it was like they were playing their third match of the day. They're very solid, great patience, great shot selection. And, you know, like we've said, the difference for me is the Volker Wilkinson, they've got to get their overheads, those neutral overheads. They've got to get them in the last 2 feet of the court because they're cheating them just past the service line, and it's giving Le Pavere and Prosenko choices. You know, they can drive it off the deck, they can lob it off the deck, and they can hold it. So they've caught them a couple of times, you know, thinking that they were going to drive to close the net. Were able to use that lob. And then not so much in the later part of the first set, but earlier in the first set, there was some holes in their net, in their positioning at net that Prosenko was able to drive through.
Great job starting to close back in later. I think the biggest thing with that, Jerry, too, is they got to let the overhead contact point drop on some of these balls.
Right. Well, that's what gives you the depth, right? If you're reaching up and hitting the top of the ball on your overhead, you're going to hit it short. So you've got to take that extra step back, set your paddle down by your ear, and let the ball come to the paddle. Don't take your paddle up to the ball. But all in all, what a solid first set from Le Pavere and Prosenko.
Yeah, incredibly entertaining. I mean, it really had a little bit of everything. And one of the things that's missing a little more so is these players are terrific players, all of them. We only saw maybe one cut finishing, right, overhead. That's like the other element that's just missing, you know, the type of extra pressure overhead.
Now, can these guys hit that shot, or is it a function of they haven't been given the opportunity to hit it, the ball?
It's a great question, Jerry. These guys can hit that shot, but they don't own that shot. Meaning they can do it on a really easy ball near the net, and then they can cut and finish it. But they're not going to do it from a little bit off the net, where some of the other guys, you know, Durant's, you know, McNerney, the other guys who own it a little more, that will hit it from. So they do need a specifically short type of ball to do it.
Okay, so Le Pavere is serving. It's very important that Vauclair and Wilkinson just hit the delete button on that first set. nice pace
30-15.
on that blitz.
You know, they actually have a lot of positives too, outside of hitting the overheads too short and things. So they fought hard. They played well.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like one adjustment. It's not like they
40-15.
don't have the shot. It's just one adjustment that they need to make.
I believe that's Jackie Cameron jumping on our screen there, one of our tournament.
It is.
Does a great job she's been doing through all this pandemic and new tournament schedule. So she's always positive, upbeat. So season's greetings to Jackie Cameron, who just popped on our screen there.
And we just heard that Durant Mitchell are through to the quarterfinals over Christian.
And on the court to the left, I think Powers Hughes were in action. See if we can get a score update on that one as well.
Like we said, this is a 16-team draw, so we're playing the tournament in one day. We're following this with the quarterfinals coming up at 10, although I doubt it. This match is going quite long. And then semifinals at 2, finals at 4:30.
Like we were saying before, Jerry, without that presence of the high pressure over there, see, there's the cutter. You can do it on the really
Game,
short ball.
LePerrier, Protsenko, they lead 1 game to love.
And with both players and both teams playing disciplined, just generally disciplined, you know, we're have a long match here. Replay of this cutter from the short one. See how he comes under quickly, and he held it well. Great job there from Protsenko. Wilkinson a little unawares. George Wilkinson serving. Love one in the second set.
Going in.
Oh, that's just a short, easy overhead.
Brad, also,
First point.
you know, when the big drives are coming, Beauclair and Wilkinson have done a really nice job
Love
of
15.
neutralizing that drive by just, you know, taking the pace off of the drive with their volley and just sending it back, you know, straight, deep, and slow. They're not looking to attack or swing or change direction. They're just holding their ground. Their paddle is quiet.
Yeah, they've done a great job of that.
Because so many times, you know, you get so excited, there's this huge drive coming at you and you want to just get rid of it. You know, your instinct is like to hit it away. Really,
Nice.
again, you know, it's that
15
backhand
all.
volley. His paddle is set, it's quiet, it's centered to him.
Great volley there from George Wilkinson.
Because Prosenko's got such a heavy drive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he mixes it up. He rolls it, and then he hits through it, and he can drive it off both wings. He can come after you quickly like that. And Lefevere's done an excellent job using his lob, you know, in combination, meaning he's lobbing it down the line, then moving his body to the left to look for the drive. Or he'll do a quick lob.
Ah, that's that spot
30.
again.
Yep, quick lob one place, and then step it into a block lob quickly over the other net man. Keeps moving them around.
Yeah, a lot of variety.
It is a cross-court lob, then a down-the-line lob. Nicely done.
30 all.
Beautiful. Claire putting a little more air on those overheads, getting a little more depth, giving himself some time to get back into the net.
Good call by Wilkinson. He let Beauclair know that Lefevere was blitzing behind that. So he changed his overhead. So important if your partner is hitting a deep in the court on the overhead that you let them know if your opponent is coming into blitz. Your eyes have to be forward, not watching your partner hit their overheads.
Oh,
40,
rare
30.
Lob miss. 2 lob misses in a row from Beauclair, from Lefevere and Prosenko. Oh!
First deuce.
You felt that one, Jerry?
Oh, it was painful.
There you go, yeah. Saw a little attacking window, just didn't step in and execute it.
Right, came from the feet, right?
Yep. There, a fault.
Air out.
It needs to
Turns the
take a
favor.
second here. It needs to take a second.
Going right back at it. Let's go! Right. 2 quick errors. Oh, 3 quick errors. That was a rough, like, isn't that funny, the difference in like a little
Lefevere,
micro patch like
Prosenko.
that? You know, that
They
game,
lead
they
2
fought off,
games
got 2 lob
to
errors,
love.
and then flip. And 2 loves now for Lefevere Prosenko.
Right, I mean, that's where you just need to reset mentally. He missed that overhead. I mean, they played the point, they set it up. He missed that overhead, which was painful. And that you've just got to take a second to calibrate, make sure you're dialed in. But he kind of rushed right through it.
I'm not sure in this game if it's 30 love.
He's
or-
trying to get the energy going here.
No, but he's just running around purposely at that point. He's got to relax.
Yep, that's what I meant by, reset. Just take
Yeah.
a deep breath, get back. He's really been playing a solid match mentally.
Yep. And we talked earlier, though, and this is also credit to Prosenko and Lefevere, but about the Wilkinson forehand. And outside of the return of serve, we really haven't seen it in the middle of the point much at all.
That's a great point, Brad. And that's your job, right? As a team, is to really take your opponent's
Score.
strength out of the match.
And you see the top of our screen there, that was Powers and Hughes, so they're off the court. tell you, Jerry, what a beautiful day. Perfect day to play. I think the players prefer it to be cloudy because then you don't have to deal with a sun issue, but just stunning out there at Huntington Country Club. You got the snow, little winter wonderland going on. Perfect seasonal time for it as well.
Oh, it's a great setup. I mean, I've hosted the Nationals a bunch of times, and I think
Score,
they're
guys?
about to host it again in
40, 30.
2023, 22 or 23?
22, I think.
22, yeah. And it's just a great setup because you feel like you're in an amphitheater there there's 5 courts in a row, as you can see on either
First
side, but
deuce.
there's steep hills on either side, so the viewers can have it's like being in a stadium.
Huge outdoor deck and porch. Ah,
And in.
Wilkinson missing that big forehand of his. All right.
Guessing, right? What's on the schedule for you the rest of the season? All the big ones, or?
Yes, I haven't really planned anything beyond today. Are you playing? Are you guys going to what is that?
Western New England. I'm planning on. I'm gonna play one of my buddies first.
Oh, yeah, Nathan got a partner?
I don't know if he wants to play it or not, honestly.
The umpire has a mic out there. See the players are just off the court chatting. John Lubau coming off. So if they're off and they lost the first set 6-1, I'm going to
Game.
guess.
Le Pavere, Protsenko. They lead 3 games to love.
I'm going to guess that Granger, Lubau, that Humphreys and LaFair moving on. All right. Moment here for Wilkinson and Vauclair to sort of step back. It's good body language coming back. Wilkinson's got to take a moment, like you said before, kind of, Jerry, and reset. Just kind of like
If I
forget
miss a
about the
point,
last
I
couple of
can't call it.
games. And let it, wash away and just go back to playing really good, solid paddle.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what changes? There's those 3 quick errors at that point, and he was playing very
Love.
well.
15.
Yeah, and then we saw a couple errors in the last game. I think it affected him a little mentally too. And there's an out error there. So Vauclair and Wilkinson got to tighten this ship up right now.
You can just see how smooth Le Pavere is there with this combination of plays, and he lobs well. And when he lobs well, he shifts to his left to set up his forehand. So fluid. It's like
30.
seamless. Nothing is ever forced.
Yeah, he's very, very smooth, as you said. So
Big
great-
return to serve.
Great return.
Love. 40.
All right, they gotta stop this thing right now. Here we go. There's one.
15, 40.
One back. Oh, that
Game.
was
Le Pavere, Protsenko. They lead 4 games to love.
now the only danger zone being up 4-love from Le Pavere and Protsenko is they got to be saying to themselves, "Hey, 4-love, let's just keep stepping on the gas, don't let down in energy." So we all know in a heartbeat in platform tennis, you start making 1 or 2 errors, you breathe some life back into your opponent. All of a sudden, it's 4-all.
Love. 15.
Oh, what a quick volley there from
15
Protsenko.
all. 30-15. Forty, 15. Game, Le Pavere, Protsenko, they lead 5 games to love.
All right, terrific job, Lipover Protsenko. Right there at the precipice of moving on to the quarterfinals.
And you are right on that call. Humphreys Lefevre through. That was a 6-1, 6-4 win over Grangero and Lubao. So they are through to the quarterfinals. And I believe Hughes and Powers won, so that will be the matchup on the top half of the draw.
A good matchup.
15, love.
Oh, just tags him.
15
Great blitz
all.
there from Protsenko, dipping the ball low. A good job sensing when to move forward. It's out.
15-30.
All right, 2 points from the match for Lipover Protsenko. You know, Jerry, if we look back and they close this thing out here, you know, we'll have to just go to that point, you know, where they had the 40-30 and those 3 points go just like that. And from that moment, things just completely changed for Vauclair and
15-40.
Wilkinson.
100% agree, Brad. And isn't that so often the case?
Yep.
When you see these tight battles, you know, in the
30-40.
first set, and then the break happens, and it's just, as I always say, the water starts going down the drain too fast. And it's a mental calibration. Plus, I mean, Leprever and Protsenko, they have not backed down. If anything, they've just gotten better and better and stronger and flowing more. So they weren't given a window to kind of help them get themselves back into the match either, because their opponents have just been so solid and strong.
Great close, good shot there from Protsenko. He just goes for it, smashes it long.
Leprever,
Little frustration
Protsenko,
on that one.
they
But-
win the second set and match.
Yeah, so great victory there for Lepover and Protsenko. They looked smooth. They looked
Nice
ready.
playing, guys.
You know, great
There's
job.
a replay on that. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Brad. They were solid, strong from the get-go. I think the first 4 games was probably 20 minutes. You know, all 4 players were playing good, solid, smart paddle, just waiting to see. And Protsenko, Leprever did not back down. They didn't waver. They maintained that winning pace no matter what.
Terrific. You know, and we'll look forward to quarterfinal match coming up. It looks like we'll make our 10 o'clock window.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see getting some other results. But in the meantime, we have some local sponsors that we would like to thank. So D'Addario is the world's largest designer, manufacturer, and distributor of musical instrument accessories, including D'Addario strings, knees, and mouthpieces for woodwind instruments and percussion accessories such as Evans drumheads and Promark drumsticks. We also have Signature Premier Properties, serving the North Shore of Long Island. Whether it's buying or selling, we continuously provide our clients with the highest level of personalized service and support. And Cherry Lane Printing and Mailing, based in Plainview, New York. Cherry Lane Printing and Mailing has over 50 years been providing printing and mailing services to clients in the metropolitan region in New York. Shoreline Beverage, serving the community of Huntington, New York for over 40 years. Long Island's largest selection of craft and imported beers. And we thank them all because it's wonderful to have the local support from our
not only
sponsors.
that, I happen to know and had done business with all of those local sponsors, all tremendous sponsors and businesses.
Because, Brad, we're in your neck of the woods, right? You're the
Spent
director out here.
many years on Long Island. I was actually a director at Hunting for years, and still on Long Island now. But yeah, terrific community players there and all across Long Island. So we'll come back to also one of our national sponsors, Viking. Right, and Viking, their paddles have an unrivaled paddle lineup depth. 3 paddle families, each family featuring 3 models: the Pro, the Light, and the Prodigy. 9 adult paddles with different weights, core densities, and overall hitting surfaces to address all levels of play. Vibrant gradients, a bold, modern color paddle lead the way for the upcoming season. All paddles are hand painted, giving each its own unique look. No gimmicks, just the best ball striking paddles in the game. The official paddles of the APTA, Viking.
Okay, so Brad, I've just been given word that Hughes and Powers did win for sure, and they are going to be playing Humphreys Lefevre, and that is the match that we're going to start streaming for the men's quarterfinals.
Look forward to a good one there. You know, Chris Humphreys, one of the upcoming talents in the game. I had the pleasure of playing a practice match with him a couple of weeks ago. He's just tremendous talent. Got a great backhand. Forehand is good and getting better. Tremendous spin on his overheads. All the athleticism to make all the gets you can get out there. Good solid volleyer. The only question is playing big in the right moments and also kind of, you know, recognizing when to kind of bear down in these moments. I mean, he's an up and coming player. So look forward to him and Nathan Lefevre, who's been around the tour for many years and also a very good player in his own right. Got a great blitz, good forehand. So.
Can I just comment now that you're on camera that thank you for being in the holiday spirit.
Oh, there you go. I didn't realize you caught my. There we go. Yes, season's greetings to everyone out there.
I know Patty was going to be on and she was going to be decorating and in the spirit as well. So I think we're going to take a quick break. I'm not sure. Just waiting to hear from the guys. And we will be right back. Mark Fischel and Mark Innes are going to be joining us in the commentating booth for this match. And like I said, we're going to be on all day. This is a quarterfinal men's match coming up now, and then we'll be on 2 o'clock for the semifinals and the finals at 4:30. So, Brad, fun doing the match with you as always.
Pleasure as always, Jerry, and look forward to more great action throughout the day. Keep tuning in.